buy these cards before they skyrocket in price. The YCS edition. What's going on with ya, big dog? And it is an amazing day for Yu-Gi-Oh! I hope that your day phenomenal. But if it isn't, don't let what happened at the beginning of your day ruin the rest of your day. Battles of Legends Monster Revenge is coming up very, very soon. For some people, it actually might be out right now. And I think that there's going to be some players that are going to take full advantage of those cards and pick up some cards before it skyrockets in price over the course of the weekend, potentially during the remote dual YCS. That's right, big dog. You know players be cooking with new strategies and ideas. And I'm going to let you know what I think players are looking at, what some players have been looking at, and what could be bought out. Of course, big dog, you should already know all of this is 100% speculation. I don't control the market. I'm just more right than I'm wrong most of the time. It is so hard to keep up on what I've been right about. It really is, chat. I'm not even capping. It actually is easier for me to go and like look up cards that have skyrocketed in price and point out like, yep, right, than to go to my previous video and see where I was right about. But of course, you can go ahead and check out the previous video if you like it that much. It's still some cards that can cook that will go up in price. Of course, big dog, if you want to support the channel as well as get this information early, consider joining my Patreon as a special thank you for helping me pay my editors, or catch me on stream. That is Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also, big dog, if you can't do any of that, make sure that if you're buying these cards on TCG Player, use my TCG Player link. It's down below in the comment section as well as the description. With all that being said, let's go ahead and talk about these cards that you should buy before they skyrocket in price. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is a little bit of the drama that happened over the course of last weekend with German nationals. My guy, somebody didn't clap the whole player up using Eradicator epidemic virus. It was beautiful. The reason why I say it was beautiful is because on one hand, we got Kashtira to lose a nationals. On the other hand, Labyrinth won, but it was floodgatey. I swear to God, guys, I think we opened Pandora's box. It's going to be a lot of tough sledding for Labyrinth players. And there's a card that actually could prove why. I think players have actually found out an out to Eradicator epidemic virus, which is literally an FTK in certain situations. And that card is Ciphering Gear Epsilon. Ciphering Gear Epsilon allows you to activate it while you control no monsters on the field. It negates a trap card and special summons itself, as well as a Ciphering driver, just like how Gamma used to. And you guys know how powerful Gamma was. It got limited recently. Look, man, I'm not trying to get clapped on stream to an Erad. Ciphering Gear Epsilon will win you the game because not only will your opponent tribute a monster, you'll be able to stop the Eradicator and get 2 free bodies on the field. It's a win! It's a win! In my head. Again, big dog, all speculatory, but Ciphering Gear Epsilon only has 1 printing right now. And that is about 6 years old. And while we're at it, we might as well just look at Ciphering Gear Delta too. This card allows you to be able to negate a spell card and summon itself, as well as a Ciphering driver. My guy, driver does not stop being in our decks just because Gamma got limited. It will stay in our hearts. To be honest with you guys, these trio Ciphering cards are probably really disgustingly busted, but they can also be extremely bad. Keep in mind, you either have to A, be able to make Ciphering Gear Lambda to your side of the field, or B, consistently not have monsters on your field and potentially be down bad. But the upside of Delta is that it can stop really powerful cards like Triple Tactics Talent and Triple Tactics Thrust, which get your opponent into some of the most important cards in the game. I think that is definitely worth monitoring the situation and checking your common box to see if you have copies of these cards, because overall, I just think that they're overall great Yu-Gi-Oh cards until they get reprinted. Then we forget about them. Another card I believe is going to be bought out is because of Battles of Legends Monstrous Revenge. Now that said, he's been overall disappointing in my opinion, but it does have some gems in there. Cards like Assault Synchron seem really good. Anytime a monster can just special summon itself to the side of the field, and the drawback is that you take damage, my guy, what are we doing here? It's a dark monster that can also special summon dragon monsters back to your side of the field when they're tributed or banished. This card's stupid. Players as of right now have not broken Assault Synchron. but I think that that's 100% going to change. It's a card that people should buy over the course of the weekend when it gets to its cheapest price point, in my opinion. But the real card that you're gonna have to look out for is Tuning. Tuning is like ridiculous. Tuning is a spell card that allows you to add Assault Synchron, but also other Synchron monsters from your deck to your hand so long as they're Tuner. The card isn't once per turn, and it allows you to send the top card from your deck to the graveyard. What Twilight Zone am I in? Is this the new season of Black Mirror? I think the ultra rare and ultimate rare copies of Tuning are going to be the prime targets for a buyout very soon, because once Assault Synchron starts seeing a lot more play in the Yu-Gi-Oh card game, then obviously people are going to want the nice tunings. Fortunately enough, if you guys do get your Assault Synchrons and you need tunings, there's other rarities you'll be able to take advantage of and have your copies just in case you don't get this video on time. Speaking of good cards in Battles of Legends, a card that I 100% think is a must buy is Sky Striker Ace Azalea. And it's not what normal Sky Striker players would consider the reasons why you buy it. All I'm saying, big dog, is that Sky Striker players' reasons to buy it involves a police charge, and I don't think we want any of those. Azalea is ridiculously good because it requires just a light and a dark monster to be able to summon, and it's spot removal. It's literally a better Donner for hire because it allows you to be able to destroy cards on the field, not just monsters, and only gets rid of itself if you have less than 3 spell cards, where Donner has to get rid of itself. The fact that they made Sky Striker Ace Azalea is generic is one of the dumbest things ever. I think this is a card that players will catch on to, and for those Chaos decks, they're definitely going to take advantage. Rocket Coda right now is an expensive card in the Battles of Legends set. It is currently, at the time of making this video, $10. I don't think that it's worth that price right now. And the reason why I'm saying that is because your boy is big dumb. I don't know how good this card is. I just read cards and say this is a good card. Rocket Synchron being treated as a burrow monster on the field, being able to link monsters from your hand and being linked from the hand just sounds ridiculously busted. I don't think that it's the perfect time to buy when it's high, but I think later on down the line when it gets really cheap, this is a card worth buying 100%. And while I don't think other cards in Battles of Legends Relentless Revenge deserve its price tag, cards like Shadows, Light, and Duality are completely trash to me. You guys know that's a bold take, right? Like that, I'm literally the only person that thinks that. You gotta think with me though. Duality requires you to have a monster on the field to tribute, and then requires you to have the appropriate card in the extra deck to summon. For some decks, that's easy. For other decks, that just doesn't make any sense. We got people really telling me that Duality is an amazing Yu-Gi-Oh card. I think that's the general sentiment. Only time will tell, but one thing I do know is that players will buy cards because of the card, especially if it sees any type of play. Because of Duality, I think Red Eyes Dark Dragoon will skyrocket in price. I don't think it'll go up too high, but if you're looking for a Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, picking one up right now would probably be your best time. Ironically, I also think that Shadows Light is a subpar Yu-Gi-Oh card as well, but in my opinion, it has a little bit more uses than Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. This card can target Alistair the Invoker to summon Blazing Cartesia or Guardian Quim from your deck. That's crazy. It can target Black Dragon Calypserpent to summon Starlead Safer from your deck. That's ridiculous. And it gives you an additional normal summon, my brothers. Holy sh! The unfortunate thing about both cards is that they require you already to have a commitment on the field, which is why I don't think that they're good, but there's still some targets we should look into just in case. With that being said, Shadows Light actually does have a little bit more relevancy to it because we know Dragon players want to be able to get into Starlead Safer as soon as possible, and this gives you another normal summon for your dark cards like Rocket Tracer. That's a little insane. Also on top of that, because of Assault Synchron, I think Dragons are going to be one of the best decks, if not the best deck in the entire game. It gets a significant boost in this Battles of Legends set over all of the other strategies. So with that being said, it's kind of easy. It's simple. Just pick up high-end Dragon cards. Cards like Chaos Dragon Leveoneer, Secret Rare, and Ultimate Rare are immediately cards that come to mind. I think Chaos Dragon Leveoneer is a card that's good enough to be banned. The card's ridiculous. Like, I've lost too many times with the card. I'm salty, whatever. It's definitely a bannable card. Chaos Emperor Dragon Armageddon. The prize ones. Nah, I'm just playing. Those are way too expensive. Nobody's gonna buy that card. I also think that this would be the perfect time to get invoked because it's just so cheap right now. And just in case somebody comes around with a Despia Invoke deck and just starts clapping everybody up. I mean, it is very possible to summon Mechaba to your side of the field, and Invoke has already been used in a branded deck before. It's very possible that this could be something huge. Plus, the whole Invoke core probably costs you like next to nothing, so it's a fair trade. It's a decent. And that's all for the cards that I think that are going to be bought. So you should definitely look into if you need them before they skyrocket in price. Of course, if you want to see other amazing videos, you already know what to do, big dog. Make sure you check out these other videos, but I swear to God, if you're buying these cards on TCG Player and are not using my link, we're gonna have a problem. As always, big dog, I hope you're having an amazing day, and of course, I'll catch you on the next video.